right, can you guys hear me? Think we are live. Let's check and see who we got in the stream. Hopefully it doesn't shit the bed again. We got anyone in the chats? Anyone out there in YouTube land on this Friday morning for me? Thursday afternoon for you guys. I believe again, yeah, that I got to change the time because I know Forex has his AMAs at this time, and we didn't have those for a while, so it was okay. Now I think run into the conflicting time frames with information dissemination. Tony Morrow, what's good? Thank you for the response. Sounds good. Awesome. What did I miss? Anything important pop up last night? I'm just now going through Telegram. I don't see any announcements. Oh, I lied. There is an announcement. They are live in the BC. That was an hour ago. So is that still going on? That was on the Animal Farm Telegram. So did you guys listen? I'm sorry. Yeah, Telegram. Did you guys listen to that? You got any news on that? Any updates on V3, the actual launch date or anything? Because last I had heard, was 4 weeks or so. Actually, last I'd heard is they were waiting on the audits. So I haven't heard any confirmation on any of that yet. Oh shit, dogs broke below 3 again. That's news. Where are we at on dogs? AFBD only by 83%. Drip still at 2 cents. Pigs had pigs had a little pump. Shit. So there's still definitely some people in the ecosystem. That's the funny part. Again, there's money in the drip community, and it's clear that they're just not putting it into drip. So it's like, yeah, all this could be fixed, could have been fixed if all the attention stayed on just drip. Because you can see from the volume on pigs, dollar value wise, it would even outpace the sell pressure we had on drip. So even though it's still very low volume compared to other assets in DeFi, that's still $37,000 that is capital. Like, people are buying that. So that means that's people in the drip community that have money. And you see that constantly. So they're trying to keep pigs alive. So I think we dropped down to, what was it before? We dropped down to 15. So 15 looks like the magic number for people for pigs. And then it gets bought back up. We had that wick down here, which was like 10. But they definitely want to keep pigs above 15, it looks like. And dogs, looks like the psychological number for dogs was $3. But we broke that again temporarily for right now. It got bought back up here below 3. Now we're just below it. So we'll see what happens. That all depends on how quickly V3 comes out and how many people are bullish on it. Could be a similar event to what we saw with Triple D. There could be so many people that are jaded in the community that when this comes out, they're hoping there'll be a pump and they actually will sell a bunch of dogs they've accumulated or pigs. So there could be this buying of pigs and dogs right now just to dump on the event again. Who knows? Currently going on, not listening today. Forex still live, I believe. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll have to check that on my walk. I don't know what channel's streaming it or recording it. Hopefully he did it on the Animal Farm YouTube. That would have been smart. I think he's been using that more. He did it with drip. So I would love to see that they use the community channels as advertised. Let's see. Animal Farm. Animal Farm. DeFi. Let's see. I forgot the name of the channel. I think I got it saved somewhere. So they're not live there. Nope. Oh well. You'll have to figure out where it is. It's on Bartertown's channel. Yeah. All right. Anywho, what's the word? So far, no plans to sell AFP. Well, good on you. I dumped all mine around 30 and 20. So I'll wait and buy back in if that be the case. Actually, I don't think I'll buy back in, to be honest. I think what I'll do is I will be using any kind of free capital that I get to only stack blue chips. I personally don't see Forex's ecosystem doing anything anytime soon. It's just too complex, and there's not enough outside interest to come into the ecosystem. And I don't think he has the skills to market and bring in that outside interest. So the only money sloshing around in the ecosystem is going to be ours. So there will be, I think, like I said, a small pump for the V3 launch. So people that are in it will migrate over, but I don't see any capital from other swaps and dexes and stuff like that coming over. So therefore, even though it'll have this supposedly thousands of percent APY like we had when we launched, it'll be lackluster and won't sustain itself same way it did in V2, because the complexity in the system is too much. And even if you're offering greater rewards, the complexity for those rewards the rewards have to outweigh the complexity, basically. You learn that in marketing. You confuse, you lose. And if you don't make it super simple for people to claim your offer, that's why when you see on a web page, they have constantly, they ask you to click this offer, buy this button, click here, click here. You got to constantly call people to action, they say in marketing. And it needs to be easily understood what value that person is getting, because essentially they're trading their time and their attention. And so if there's too many steps, you lose the customer through that sales funnel acquisition process. Amazon's the perfect example for that. I forgot how many percent increased when they made a one-click checkout. They were the first ones to do that, because before they had like 2 steps. The constant model actually in the industry was 3-step checkout process. Click here, put in information, then click here to confirm. Like that was always the simple way to advertise something. It's like 3 easy steps. Amazon broke the mold and said, let's just make it 1. And then now you have payment processors like Stripe that keep your information in there and everything. So people do not feel like going through a bunch of steps. And already in DeFi and MetaMask, you already have a bunch of steps. So couple that with the depreciating assets and the requirement to stake them elsewhere after you get them in order to buy down or sell down the tax. Yep. I just don't see it, but kudos to those of you that are going to utilize it. I'll definitely still utilize it. Like I'm not going anywhere. There's no other staking platforms for me. Since I'm invested in this ecosystem, it does make sense for me to put the capital here. And if I build something, same thesis, but outside in, I just don't see it. What we got in the chat? Dogman Dripper, what's up? Tony Moore, what's up? Michael Jones, what's up? Bebo, wanna be alt. It's in Animal Farm Telegram. Yep, saw that. It's a bore fest. What's good, coach? The one Bears, 1985 Bears. The Bears. Bebo wanna be alt. He doesn't even sound like he believes his own BS. Yeah, I haven't heard him be like, he was excited about it in one of the other AMAs that I heard. So I don't know. The point is, though, it doesn't really matter how much he believes in it at this stage, because there's a lot of people, I just speak for myself, that used to get excited whenever he would tell about new products and features and stuff like that, because, was drinking the Kool-Aid about how innovative it was and how awesome it was going to be. And that passion he had for development, innovation is what would get us excited, and that you'd see that in the charts. So at this stage, from what I can tell, speaking only on my behalf, outside in, it just seems as though a lot of people have lost faith in that actual innovation, execution, and I wouldn't even say that. Just lost faith in the ability to course correct the charts. So really what we're all looking for whenever he talks about new products and all that stuff, yeah, it's one thing to be fascinated with the tech, but everybody's actually just looking like, will it change this? That's really the outcome. That's the measuring stick everybody is looking for. And yes, of course, we can use the bear market narrative and say that, you know, there's no money in the bear market. That's BS. We saw an entire meme season pop off. So anything that comes out, people just want to see this turn to green. That's all it boils down to. What are we at the global? And if that doesn't happen, then basically that just adds to the lack of belief, so to speak, or be a belief. So BTC over the last 7 days is only 0.6% down. Still a sea of red when you scroll through here. So definitely nothing has reversed yet. And I just saw something that the SEC delayed BlackRock's spot ETF, I think, because the Jackson Hole meeting was up. That was with the Fed. But there was some kind of announcement. I didn't catch it yet. I usually get it from Coin Bureau and some of the other channels in the morning. Let's go back through the chat. Let's see. LCM, hey coach, and everyone, what up? Drip DiBiase, Forex had a whole 12 people in the Animal Farm AMA. Oh wow, that is horrible. That was on the VC side, but you still got Ray's side, so there's still some people here that are watching. 93 watching right now. That's the squad. So at least you got some over there engaging. Like 130 people in the VC. I remember when it used to be 800 to 1,000. Oh yeah, yeah. It used to be crazy. It used to really hype up the community, and then you would see just spikes and stuff in the charts. Like I got a video that I'm thinking about putting together. I haven't made all the context of it yet, but the point I'm going to get at is that the community is what actually is been driving the marketing and everything else. So if you go back to, we'll go back to dog. We'll just talk about dogs temporarily. So anybody that's been around for a while knows that Drip's marketing was all done community wide. Like basically Forex jumped on AMAs and went around and did VCs and stuff like that. And that was in the early days of Drip. And that's when we saw massive price appreciation way back in December and January and all that stuff. So fast forward, let's go just pull that up for the chart because it makes more sense. So all of the success of Drip here to here was just jumping on different channels. And that's how I actually heard about it. And of course, you have to add in the bull run that we were hitting in November. So that had a huge, tailwind effect for Drip. So people were still looking at maybe BTC going higher, didn't know that the peak was in November. So we got to December and January, and there's still euphoria in the markets until BTC started trending lower. People are like, okay, that was the top. But point being, the marketing and the success was all done in-house. Now I want you to zoom out and we look at whenever Forex took over marketing, basically like actual tried to make it quote unquote professional versus understanding the pulse of the ecosystem being DeFi. So all of Animal Farm's marketing has been pushed to his idea that it needs to be other YouTubers. So he was paying other YouTubers. He was getting on other channels. He was paying for puff pieces in magazines. He was doing articles, or not magazines, but articles, all sorts of stuff. But anyway, the point being, and it's gone through multiple marketing agencies. They fired people, hired people. They got a actual Facebook page now for it and all this stuff. So somebody whispering in his ear, telling him what to do in regards to marketing. And this is the professional side. And we've seen nothing happen from it. So the point I'm getting at is that it's just a clear lack of understanding of the temperature and pulse within the space and trying to always do things his own way versus understanding what the people gravitate towards. So traditional marketing has a place. We proved that with the drip marketing DAO, but that is a very slow funnel, and still you need two things for that to work. You either need to have the utility like the Project Great Life community was doing, so that you were getting people to buy something else and then give them the depreciating asset for free, or you need a green chart so that once you get people through the funnel, they look at it and go, okay, I'll buy this with my own money. And we don't have that in the animal farm anywhere, or in drip period. So all the charts, that's not a very good sales magnet when people see that. So no matter how much marketing you do with external professional campaigns, they come and see this and they're like, okay, I hear what you're doing innovative wise. I hear your vision. I hear all of this, but I'll wait till I see a correction. Like anybody in crypto knows how to at least look at a chart. They may not know how to do TA, but they know how to look at a chart. And even if they get in, they're like, I'll throw a couple bucks at this, but I'm not going Hail Mary because it just doesn't look good. So it's just a waste of hundreds of thousands of dollars on all this media campaign stuff because he's in his own way and thinking that it's going to do something. It's ridiculous. I don't get it. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this. So he can do all the AMAs and stuff that he wants, but the people outside in that come and look at this chart are going to be like, yeah, why would I put my capital there again? What's the benefit? Oh, okay, so great. You have this V3 liquidity provisioning tool. It's going to give me 1,000% of APY on a token that's doing this. Why? Like, it doesn't make sense for anyone. In addition to the token that's doing this, you're going to be locking it up for 90 days to get the tax drawn down. So it's cool that you'll be in these pools to get compounded interest in the native native asset you staked, but so that will go up. Let's just say I had BNB here, so that'll get compounded in, but I'm still gonna be paid out in dogs. So at the end of the day, you still got to use dogs and pigs, no matter what. Unless I misunderstood what he's doing with V3, but I'm quite certain dogs and pigs are still part of the equation. You're just getting your native asset compounded back in. But I haven't actually listened to the BC recently unless he's made some changes, because somebody did mention that about the native asset being compounded back in, same way his single asset staking was supposed to do. But I don't believe it gets paid out in that. Like, if that's the case, all this would have to change. And there's no way he can pay out thousands of % of APR on that asset, because even on PancakeSwap and Uniswap V3, you're paid out in their native token, the Uni token or Cake. Nobody can do thousands of % APY on the asset you're staking, such as BUSD, ETH, or Bitcoin, or Wrap BNB. There's no way. You have to give them something that you own and control and can inflate. If that's the case, we would have a sustainable DeFi ecosystem without any of the Ponzi-nomics. What we got? Got some more people in the chat. Let's scroll back up here. Yep, I'm playing, but it's not like drip. Yeah, I hear you. Dogs went from $400 to like $3. Yes. Yeah, it's crazy. Yes, I came in on the marketing of Forex. What up, Matt? Yep. Drip marketplace website. Drip is cheap, so people pay in Drip, BNB, BUSD to advertise crypto asset, DEXs, NFTs, even selling their physical assets in crypto. Drip marketplace website. Drip is cheap, so people pay in Drip to advertise crypto assets, DEXs. I kind of think I know what you're talking about, Michael. You got to elaborate on that. But if you're saying create a marketplace where we capture the eyeballs and use the community to market different things and people can get their marketing packages done. Yeah, I think that was something that was discussed with Rock Ape, something I mentioned as well. That's the thing. We're not leveraging the actual collective energy in the space. The crazy thing is, like, you can see it. This is not the drip chart. This is just the dog chart. But the point is, all of our assets look like this. And yet the people in here are still super supportive and bullish. Like, of course, they're not happy, but they're willing to work. And that was my hope for this drip community project or Telegram or whatever, was that we would get people in there that actually understand how to manage people and how to read the energy in the space and not be just an idiot, and be able to actually put that together so that we could do something. So like that marketplace idea, that works 100%. Anything works as long as everybody's pointed in the same direction. Right now, you got too many chiefs, not enough Indians, from the old adage, and everybody wants to be the number one. And that's why you have so many new admins in that group. It was, just to spread the control, then the illusion of decentralization again, because none of those people were voted on by the community. There was no community vote. They just took a bunch of people that were quote unquote active in Telegram. Like, to me, that is the most ridiculous thing you can do. Everybody in crypto and DeFi knows that you're not active in every channel. So, and for the most part, Telegram would literally be the worst place to find how many people are actually invested in your project or active in your project, let's say. Because the bulk of people I've interacted with do not feel like getting into a Telegram chat and scrolling through a bunch of nonsense, nor trying to get in and actually have a conversation, because that's complicated. One, they have busy lives. Two, the feed just keeps going. So even if they're in Telegram, they come in and just to check pinned tweets, check pinned topic chats, to scroll through the comments, but they're not engaging. So what kind of nonsense does that make to pick your community representatives from a place where the least amount of people in DeFi are actually active in, i.e. Discord and Telegram? They may join, but that has the least amount of actual engagement. Your highest engagement comes from Twitter, and then second from YouTube. So it's just ridiculous. So just, to me, just proved that they were just trying to create another closed box, opaque kind of echo chamber. Because if you really want a community sentiment and community support, you would go to where the community is. The community is not engaging in Telegram. They may be there. They may have an account, but you can check the actual messages. You can look at any of the Telegrams and see it's the same handful of people engaging, no matter whose chat you go to. You can look at the total number of people in the chat, and then you can look at the number of people actually chatting. It's always a small handful. That's the way with any group, even our Facebook group. Anybody that does marketing knows 100% that that is the highest barrier to entry for people to support when it comes to private groups. Even in my fitness groups, people that pay to be in there and that their exercises are being posted for when they complete stuff, they don't engage. Why? Because they have lives. They have other things to do. All they're using that for is just a place to scroll through and see what other people are doing, but they're not commenting. I check. We actually give reward points for people to comment and support other people, and they pay to be in this group, and those points get changed over to be able to buy more fitness programs and swag and stuff. So you're actually getting free assets and stuff just to engage in the chat, and we still get people to engage in that chat. So again, this is just ridiculous. The people that are in charge, they clearly they've never managed people. They have no pulse on marketing, and they have no idea how to actually look at how things work in the real world and go, wait a minute. If we want involvement and engagement, we have to go where the people are. But yeah, it's neither here nor there. But the point I was getting at is that this chart and everything else, and this drip marketplace idea that Michael Jones pitched will work if you actually captured the attention of the people and did something collectively. But they're not doing that. So great idea, but nobody's going to move forward with that I can tell. Every token is in the toilet, but all things Forex really tanked when BB left. 100%. I've been in contact with BB on the side, and yeah, he is definitely the brains. I don't know what he's going to do and if he plans to develop anything or not, but we'll see. You're right. Let's see. Drip DiBiase. If you don't save Drip, it's over Forex. He's still rich. Might have to sell some feet pics on OnlyFans. Tony, you with me? It might be the way to go. Where are we at? Yepper, let's go. Everything that Forex has built has turned into a bucket of shit. Yep, all Ponzi come to an end. Unfortunately, it doesn't have to. He's a great coder, terrible dev. Yeah, like he's if you're familiar with archetypes, he's basically an architect. So he has great structural advice and can see the big picture, but he's not the actual developer in the sense that he can execute on that. So he has the ideas like Wozniak and Jobs. Jobs was the visionary, Wozniak was the executioner. And in this one book, Rocket Fuel, is called Integrator. So Forex he lost his integrator with BB. And then he's been trying to fill that gap. And so far, it looks like G Money actually has some skills. And if you look at the new UI and stuff, there's definitely people that he has leveraged that have these skills. But like Piggy Plinko did look like it was going to be something pretty cool. He even burned some bridges with devs in there. Some devs left during that development. But yeah, it's visionary, and then the ability to execute on the vision side that's missing. And I think dealing with him behind the scenes burns out some of these actual devs because it's his way or the highway. And then he does not seem to be very respectful of anyone that works with him. He just shits on people publicly. We've seen that with multiple devs. They put in the work, they don't get paid, and he just literally shits on them. So yeah, I don't know. Working for him, it just seems like it's just a nightmare. And that's what happened with the marketing teams as well. Let's see. I'm holding at this point. All I can do, trying to stay positive. Looking forward to Drip Potluck. Should be lots of fun. What the hell is Drip Potluck? I haven't heard about this one. That's a new one. Tune me in, Tony. I'm too old for that crap. Let's see. Drip Telegram is a bucket of shit. What else we got? I never said I'm an expert, so it's not gonna be a coach coin. So I'm not doing a meme coin. Drip DBIC, I think Drip will be good in long run. Oh boy, just needs to listen to the community. We want Drip 1% a day stable is all we need. I don't need any dogs. I got a tiny toy. Yeah, but judging from what he said after he did Triple D, it doesn't sound like he's going to be doing any Drip development. He actually sounded as though he was going to let the community develop and he would support that. But when you saw, again, his rant in the chat about a Drip community chat, I don't think he can actually let the reins go. So I don't actually know where Drip goes from here. If it requires Forex to develop, then it's going to be slowballed and won't get executed on, like we just saw. And if it's going to be given to the community and the community can develop it, it will get done faster. But Forex controls the keys, and therefore he will shit on any project that comes out with community development on it that he didn't get to have a say-so in. So we're literally just stuck in the middle. Drip Coach, the man, he keep it 100. I wish I found him 2 years ago. I wish I found me 2 years ago. I was drinking the Kool-Aid and echoing the echo chamber as well, because everything I had read up until that point sounded good, and it just looked like we were just in a slight correction. I showed you guys a video from May of last year where we were at $30. All right, just a clip basically, and I was just like, okay, yeah, just keep compounding. Don't claim and sell. You're just stealing from yourself. And man, what an idiot I was, because I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was listening to Forex AMAs and all of his timelines of all this awesome stuff that was coming out. Scratchy was supposed to be coming out, and AFV2 would have been done soon. It was right around the corner. Soon. So now I'm just a lot more eyes open, ears open. Like, rather than just listening to what he says, I actually watch what he does, and then I analyze his previous track record and then make a deduction off of that. Other people don't like that. They just want to just go off of the words still. And I'm like, nah, buddy, I learned my lesson. I'm sorry. There ain't shit I'm going to do right now. Even the video I made where I said Drip would be 10 cents by like March, and we didn't hit there. The point I told everybody way back in November is wait and see. Don't buy Drip now if you're on the sidelines, because you will get a cheaper entry point from $1. And people called that FUD. That was literally about a year ago, 9 months ago now. And all I was trying to do was to protect people from making the same mistake I did. Whereas the maxis will get mad at me and say that, I'm giving bad information because all they want is exit liquidity. Like, ask yourself this honest question, because I had to do this kind of gut check myself. Do we really just want new capital to come in because we just want to exit on them? If that's the case, then we're no better than Ray and anybody else that was dumping. So if you just want to see green candles because you want to dump the token and get your ROI out, I don't hate on you, not at all. Everybody, you got in here to make money. But if that's your only motive, then, take a strong look in the mirror and question, who has to pay that bill if that is the case? And that's why I say this. So yeah, you can call it FUD and say that, it's negative, because I'm not saying, blowing sunshine and smoke up your ass to make people buy in. Why would I? Like, that's just so dishonest. Like, where's your integrity? Why would I be trying to tell people to buy into this token when I know I myself would be wanting to sell some of my tokens if it appreciated, and there's an entire community of people that would sell, and there's not enough buy volume to offset that. So until something comes in that actually can sustain buy volume on a constant clip that's more than a couple pennies, dude, like, you got to be honest. Well, I can't say you got to be honest, because a lot of people in crypto DeFi just have zero integrity. But look at this, $66. So until I see consistently, like, 10K, 15K, 20K buy volume, then I'll change my narrative. Like, show me the actual utility or groups of people or something that's coming in that's offsetting this. Then I can be like, okay, yeah, things have changed. But when you got a couple dollars a day coming in, there's no way that I can sit here honestly, make a video and say Drip's going to the moon, because the gut check would say that I'm just saying that because I want you to buy the token because I'm not buying it. How dishonest is that? Like, call a spade, man. So these drip maxis are actually just charlatans and snake oil salesmen. They just want to shit on you. And then they use the guise of philanthropy. I'm doing airdrops. I'm doing this. I'm doing my part. It's like, oh man, you're not. You just want these 4 buyers to go up to 400 so you can be part of the 400 sellers. To me, that's why I'm only looking to build utility. And that's why I'm only going to support things that put utility on the back of this, because there has to be constant influx of capital coming from a location that is not built solely on Ponzi-nomics and shitting on the new person coming in. Crypto is going to gain massive adoption. It's going to scale across the globe. And there's going to be, because the current population, 60% of the global population makes less than $10 a day. That's a stat. If they come into crypto, you're going to be taking their money. If you're okay with that, cool. But I would much rather build utility so these 60% of the global population that get into crypto are not taking advantage of and going through the same heartache that we went through. Yeah, I'm not saying we have the money to lose. Some of us may be in that 60% of the global population, but my deduction is the bulk of people in crypto right now that have gone through the learning curve have risk capital, so to speak. But crypto is going to gain massive adoption where it replaces the current financial sector kind of way of transacting in goods and services. And all of this energy is going to be dissipated across it. So yeah, people in this global poverty environment, sure, they gamble, they buy scratch tickets, they play the lottery, they do all that stuff, and that's fine. But it's one thing to do that, and then it's another to basically get into a rigged system where a couple of early investors are just stealing your money. Now, granted, the government lotteries and all that, maybe they're stealing your money too. We don't know, but at least they have the trust of a country behind them, So yeah, I refuse to just market something like this to people. I can't do it, but I will do it if I have a say-so in the development, because I know at least I have integrity and going to be honest and transparent with you guys. I can't say the same for everyone else. So therefore I'm hesitant to promote anyone else's moves, so to speak. Drip DiBiase, that was reference you saying you wish you would have found me 2 years ago. I get into these rants, man. I start like just going off on tangents. Just get raw. Where are we at? Scrolling through here. Drip DiBiase, I agree. I think I'm in it for the long run. It's gonna be good. We got this, Tony. Absolutely. Change your name from Drip Coach to Drip Couch Armchair Quarterback. You do you. Keep it a buck. I'll do me. What do you think the idea of stopping Faucet deposits that another YouTuber suggested? All the ideas that require Forex to do anything are going to be shot down. So regardless of how great they are, it's not going to get done. Forex isn't going to do it. He's not going to hand the keys over. So I can tell you, yes, it would be a good idea, but it's not going to happen. So anything that requires Forex involvement, I just basically have to give a thumbs down to, because we can't rely on him at this stage. Gotcha. BB was actually the one who mainly built Drip. Facts. Angry Birds would have sued him for that piggy plinko. Like, dude, like this Angry Pigs. Yeah. I should have just bought ETH low and staked on Rocket Pool. Yeah, me too. If I had known what I know now, I would have definitely done it differently. We all drank the Kool-Aid. The other YouTubers still aren't being honest. And they're never going to be, because they made money. So to them, it's like, hey, I made money off of this. It's just your fault. You didn't get in early. You didn't. Why didn't you buy Drip when I bought Drip? Why didn't you build a team when I built a team? That's what they tell you. That's how you know that there's just, no integrity. People can be bought with a couple dollars. And for some people, they made millions. So, maybe if I made millions, I might change my integrity tune as well. It's easy to be more honorable on this side when you're wrecked and the bulk of people are sitting there with you. But if you made a couple million and then you helped a couple other people get a couple 100,000, yeah, you got a nice little squad of supporters there. But again, honestly, where did that money come from? Well, you stole it from everybody else. Greed. So that's the reality of it. That's exactly what would happen if new capital would come in. Yep, sad but true, but they don't care. That's real talk. Drip Coach, appreciate it. Forex voice and his attitude reeks of Napoleon syndrome. He's probably no more than 5 feet. I don't know how tall he is, but there is definitely, people got upset with me for this, but there is narcissistic behavior. People got mad because I labeled it that way, but if you can read patterns and if you've actually done any behavioral therapy kind of stuff, then you will know this archetype very well. So it is 100% that way. We're all cool with our $550 max wallets. Is that what it is now? I don't even know what mine is. I just got my second max wallet, but it's peanuts is all I can say. So this one, 337 drip. What is that at 2 cents? I don't even know. Don't feel like doing the math. Like $6 or some shit. I even saw a post by Ray. It said something like, at least we're getting $6 a day in a token or a contract that haven't been exploited. They keep moving the goalposts. So back in the day when people were getting rich off of drip, it's like, yeah, we're all going to the moon. We're all going to be rich. Now it's like, well, hey, at least it hasn't been exploited and you're still making $6 a day. There's no honesty, no integrity at all. It's horrible. I don't know how these people live with themselves every day. Well, I guess they just, the old Dave Chappelle skit, man, I'm rich, bitch. They don't actually care. So, do them. You're always on point with price direction. Ever since you said it hits 10 cents, I stopped DCAing and just wait. Yeah. I wish I would have told people at that stage, hey, stop DCAing and start a compound claim strategy. I wish I would have saw that coming. I thought the only play at that stage was just compound, and that was wrong. So again, I got to admit that the play always has been compound claim. That way you're getting your investment out at different price points. It's basically a DCA on the way out. So I wish I would have understood the inflation and the mechanics back in November to have said something like that around then versus just compound, because all we did was just diamond hand to dust. It's like, okay, I'm going to compound and not do anything. It's like, okay, great. You didn't sell anything, therefore you made no profits. And at least you didn't put in any money. So you can kind of say it's a wash. But damn, would have been a hell of a lot smarter to have been claiming back then. And I got to kick myself in the butt because of that. So I own that one. Hey, my honest trifecta drip working with Resi now. P drip, Spark swap. Don't know what that means, but P drip and Spark swap I heard good things about. You spot on with your exposure with all the issues with drip and Animal Farm DC. Appreciate it, Mojo Mountain. Remember when influencers were using drip calculators saying even if drip went to, yeah, I was one of them, Peter. I was one of those idiots. I made videos like that. That's how I would cope. I was listening to Forex talk about, where drip would be or not where drip would be, but all the development. So he stopped talking about drip. and was doing all Animal Farm by the time I was really making a lot of content. But I would cope with using those calculators. It's like, oh, if even in a year, you know, $5, and even when it got to like 20 or 10, I was like, oh, even at $1, even at 50, and when we broke below $1, I was like, oh, all I need is 25 cents. And then we were holding 30 for quite some time. Actually, I said I needed like 30 cents or something like that. I can't remember, but we were holding around the range I needed to ROI. And then we just broke right through that. So yeah, I was one of those in totality. And again, give you transparency on that. There is no such thing as even if drip is at X price, because the compound inflation interest means that everybody else has that same narrative. And therefore, when there is zero money coming in here to offset that, you're chasing a downward spiral. So there's nothing to fix that. Utility, and I say utility tongue in cheek, so it doesn't have to be true utility. It can just be Ponzi-nomic utility that people want to ape into, that's transparent and not doesn't rub. So something has to come in to get this up to at least this number or higher, in order for that narrative of even if drip is this, you're still making this. Because right now, we're saying you're making $6 a day. I guess that's the narrative right now. Let's see. Let's actually do the math here on screen. So if you have 270 drip, 270 times 0.023, yeah, $6. So right now, people are saying this to cope. It's like, well, at least I'm making $6 a day. Well, you're not. Because that's tomorrow is going to be just a little lower. The next day, a little lower. Next day, a little lower. Next day, a little lower. That doesn't change. And when you only get 1% per day, that's 100 days that you're looking to theoretically ROI if the drip price was flat. Well, show me anywhere in this chart where it's flat. So that means in order for you to have that narrative of even if I'm getting this, I'll still be Gucci, you have to fix this. Because this has to get to a point where it sustains this, and then you can keep that same amount every day. So far, we don't have that. So that's the gut check that, again, I wish I would have seen a year and a half ago. Let's see. Drip is low cap. Price doesn't matter. Yep, that was the old narrative. Yes. In a bear market, I'm happy with $10 a day. Yeah, that was a very old narrative because now we're closer to 5. Hell, you could advertise devs for crypto and DApp apps. Also have info about blockchain tech, explaining how it all works. There's so many things we could do, Michael. It's just a matter of getting people on the same page. Hey, Peter, and the current people. So from what I see, there's still a split because some of the people in charge that are newly in charge ignore the sentiment of the other people that are expressing ideas contrary to theirs. So there's just a huge fracture in the drip community. Peanuts, yes. Actually, it's worse than peanuts. Peanuts out here. Actually, I can buy peanuts out here. I think we get a kilo of peanuts, so 2.2 pounds of peanuts for about $2.50. So right now, I can get 4 kilos of peanuts a day. I was gonna live off of that. Not too bad. Better than nothing. Yeah, but when I put in 40 grand into the ecosystem and I'm making $6 a day, yeah, I would much rather actually not have wasted the 40 grand, to be honest. Yes, I definitely would take it over a rug. You're right, Amato. So I'll give you credit for that. It's better than a rug. BFF Bartertown saying, yeah, I'm sure V3 will have higher APYs. I already explained that. It's easy to make higher APYs on these pools and farms. He could do it right now. He could literally adjust the emission rate. I don't think he burned the contract on this. He has a dynamic supply control algorithm emission rate, but it may be burned, it may not be. But either way, you can pump out 1,000%, 10,000%, 100,000%. We own the assets. He, as in we, but you know, the ecosystem. So it doesn't mean anything. You're getting thousands of percent APY on a depreciating asset such as dogs, and then you're hit with 90% tax. So it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, anybody following my content now, hopefully will understand that I'm trying to get you to see a little bit of the math behind how this stuff works. The innovation and ideas are great, but at the end of the day, innovation ideas don't drive market sentiment. Somebody just bought 40 dogs. Kudos to you. 13 dogs. So yes, there will be 1,000% APY on these assets. I don't doubt that at all. Guilty of the same. Didn't DCA out. My bad. Yeah. And I take ownership of that, because even though as a content creator, we tell people not financial advice, we all know, anybody that makes content knows for a fact, because I do this myself. We will go and do our own research by watching somebody else's videos or reading through a couple of posts on a Twitter, or skimming through a Medium article and go, all right, research box checked. This person sounds legit. I trust them. I'm going to get in. So anyone with a shred of integrity that's in the content creation space would own up and be like, yo guys, I fucked up. Yeah, I was wrong. And I'm going to try to do better. Like, how hard is that? But you don't have people like that. You have snake oil salesmen who just are ran by greed. But yeah, I'm sure if I had have said that back then, some people would have actually done that. But the best I can do is show you guys transparency, what I'm doing, so I can tell you what I think, and then I can also do what I think. And then when I fuck up, I can say, yo, that's my bad. That's the absolute best I can do. I can only make decisions with the information that I have at that time. And then, of course, the neurological wiring of previous experiences that I have that make me filter through that information in a certain way. And then I relay that based off of my own personal biases and opinions. And I make those decisions. And of course, any of you that have very similar experiences make the same decision, and you do the same actions. That's why we have cult-like communities within Drip, DeFi period, basically. It's all basically echo chambers of whoever content creator or information you're following. That's why you follow certain Twitter posts, you follow certain politicians, you follow certain content creators, whatever it is. It's just the way our tribal brain worked from way back in the caveman days, and not wanting to be kicked out of the tribe for survival. So you're going to gravitate towards whoever you believe has the same values you do, because of protection, the safety of the tribe kind of mentality. And then you're going to champion against anyone that doesn't have those values or speaks against the things you believe in, whatever the case may be. So back to Tony Morrow. Yeah. Your bad, my bad. Any of us that believe this, but it's, ignorance is bliss, as they say. We didn't know any better, but at least now we do. I'm new to Drip. Where do you see the price 2 months from now? Wild guess. If you're new to Drip, take a look at this chart. This is not the Drip chart. I'll put this back up. I'll show you this chart here. And I don't believe you're new to Drip. I think you're just asking that question, but I'll show you. I see Drip going lower. So I can't give you a price. What do you call that? An actual price target number. But when I look at this and I look at the buy volume on a daily basis, then I just see it continuing this trend with no signs of stopping. So I don't know what number, but you extrapolate it out and you let me know. So it was 2 months from July. We were up here in July. Where's July? This is now September. So July was 17 cents and now we're at 2. You do the math, add 2 more months to this. At some stage though, actually it does get harder and harder to sell, to go lower, because the amount of capital you're extracting with the same amount of Drip tokens is lower. So I can't say it's going to be the exact same exponential decrease, but definitely going in the same direction. Guilty. Let's see. Reservoir AF3 didn't. Reservoir VF3 and didn't sell your pigs. Well, we'll see. I don't move. I experiment some other projects. Cassie Sure 0.02 Drip bottom. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Amato. I don't believe 2 cents is the bottom. Nothing in the charts and sentiment shows me otherwise. I hope so. Hope we find a bottom. That'd be great. But as I showed you, people are still accumulating drip. They can still sell. And there are people building multiple max wallets. So if that's the case, they can still sell tons of drip every single day. Let's look at this in real time right now. So if you filter through this, let's see. So when you do this by, let's go, right now everybody's making $6 a day. So what's a good, we'll say 20x. So that means somebody's making $125. We'll put minimum. Let's see if there's any sales for that. What do you know? On today, this person here in 2C68 was able to sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times. Nope, 5 times. Up, go back. 31st. 1, 2, 3. 3 times on the 31st so far. And so they were able to make way more. So I'm sorry, that's $283. So this person was still able to pull out $1,000 right here. So do you think, honestly, it's not going to go lower and that these people are out of capital? These are people that are selling more than the $6 a day that the average person is able to accumulate. Where did they get 11,000 drip to sell over and over and over again? You tell me, because that seems rather strange behavior. That's all I can say. And if we go 50, I'm sure there's, oh my God, there's more than that. So there's people here that still have a lot as well. So there's people definitely still pulling out. And here's our 1C68. They did it again. So they're all over the place. How does a person like this have that much drip? And this isn't just the first day. I'm just showing you guys live on stream. How can they still be making $1,000 a day with drip when the rest of us are making peanuts? Well, I already showed you the exploits of the system. People that got in early, they can just make multiple max wallets and they can just continue to sell. And the wallets never stop coming. So that means there can't be a bottom until, again, we have more buy volume on drip, because there are people that will always be able to exponentially drain faster than the other people. And the other people are just compounding. So therefore, at some stage, they too will have all these max wallets. That doesn't fix the problem. And nobody wants to address that problem. Nobody wants to even talk about that as a problem. It's like, nah, everything's Gucci. Okay. I mean, to each his own. I'm showing you guys the facts. If you come to a different conclusion than me looking at these things, please enlighten me, because I am apparently missing that. Look at Piggy Bank, put in 5,000, locked up for 36 weeks, 920 back. Yep, Peter, I got wrecked in Piggy Bank as well. Piggy Bank's sitting on 73,000 liquidity right now. I think I just saw that earlier. Where'd it go? Saw it somewhere. It's a small amount. I don't even check my Piggy Bank anymore. Man, I gave up on this thing. Yeah, Piggy Bank, total value locked, 73,000. It's crazy. Most people never traded, so they don't know how to get out of market in crypto. I keep saying, take a darn Forex class. It will teach you a lot, specifically how to read a chart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, simple chart analysis is can definitely go a long way, for sure. Everyone always shots on Kelly Snook, but she has advocated for alternately hydrated claim from day one. Yeah. I use the multi-wallet strategy as well and created 5 wallets. I wish I wouldn't have done that. That's for damn sure. I was going to be doing a claim hydrate strategy. It's just that at some stage I was just like, well, fuck it. I'll just push all the way to max wallet. So that was never my goal. My goal was never max wallet, but kept seeing drip drop. And it was like, okay, I don't want to claim at these prices. Like, it's going to reverse, because Forex said next month is new utility and next month new utility. So it kept holding on to the lies at this stage of something coming out the next month, and therefore never stuck to a strategy. That would have been the key, is actually get a strategy and stick with it, rather than listening to the hopium that was being shot from him. So that's what caused me to change my strategy. But I was originally going to be in with like a 6-1 or 14-2. After I got into like 50 drip or 100 drip, I think was the goal. Get to 100 drips, so you're getting 1 drip a day. And then I was going to switch to a hydrate claim strategy. But all the while at that stage, Drip was supposed to have a new utility coming out, or the animal farm was supposed to be coming out, and it never did. Crypto market, you got to take your money out as you go, always. Yep, facts. Lessons learned. Yes, but Drip is not Doge. Do people not understand that you're not making money unless you ROI? No, they don't. They just look at the dashboard value and like, hey, $6 a day. It's like, no, not unless it went to your bank account or you spent it somewhere else. I ROI'd my first claim before the launch of Triple DA. Congratulations to you. Why continue to waste precious time on this? Drip is dust in the wind that will never, ever recover. Move on and use your talent where it really can make a difference. Because people like you, my friend, are still here. So I can't push my talent elsewhere unless the energy migrates elsewhere. The energy right now is still in Drip. And there's still people building and willing to engage with Drip. So I'm going to continue to make content on Drip. And I still believe I can build utility for Drip. So I'm not going anywhere until it completely shits the bed and everybody gives up on it. Thanks for your concern, though. We keep it as a backbone. Do what you want. It's an interesting tool for me. Now I'm playing on Pulse Chain, but I have Drip just in case. Coach, you have a loyal following. Let's look where we can put money for the bull run. After this ecosystem, Forex Daniel says to death by 1,000 cuts instead of a run. Yep, Time Wonderland got me too. Drip is, where'd that go? Drip is unique and low cap coin. It's like even at 2 cents. I love peanuts. Drip will go to zero. Forex not always be right. He's never wrong. May not always be right, but he's never wrong. It's people that are ruining at an instant saying Drip is going to zero. Yeah, that sucks, and they suck. I can't argue or have to disagree with that motto. It's not people saying Drip is going to zero that's causing it to go to zero. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. People think that if you just spread hopium and be positive that, you know, that's going to cause the price to correct. That's not the way this works at all. How long are you going with this narrative? Do you understand this? Yeah, that's kind of my question. They won't have anything to sell soon. They sell peanuts. No, Amato, I just showed you. They will still continue to have Drip. It pays 1% a day. I will be able to build 4 max wallets in 1 year. And I got in late. And I didn't even build a huge team. These other people got in way earlier and have way more max wallets than me. It is not going to stop the sell pressure. Don't believe that Moon Boy narrative that it's going to stop. It's not. It can't stop. Drip literally cannot stop. That's the point of the faucet. It has a 1% payout per day. So even if you are just dumping Drip, common sense says keep a little bit on the back burner and build up more faucets as you're dumping it. It is not hard at all. I showed you guys how Ray was able to build like 6 different ones off of his latest wallet. Can't see that now with dripnetwork.ca being down, but basically you put in 10,000 Drip into a couple of different accounts and all those in 75 days are max again. Like I think it's 12,000, somewhere around there. And when you have a team and you have other accounts feeding those, it just gets worse because once you now have 5, you can now make 20 max wallets from those. Once you have 20, you can now make, 100. It does not stop, bro. It can't. That's the contract. So people thinking that they're just going to be out, it's a lie. You're coping, bro. It's not how this works. Reservoir Fresh Capital, that is my backbone. I have other projects. Drip is working. That's it. Well, I'm not going to argue with you anymore, Amato. You do you, bro. I say that because this will be my first wallet to max out. What would be your technique on how to handle a first max wallet? At this stage, there is no technique. I would say you just got to do what's best for you. If you believe Drip will turn around sooner rather than later, then hold it. If you believe in what you see for the last 18 months and it's going to go lower, then take profits as you can. I hate to say it, but Jonathan Fudfarm was the first to start calling this shit out, even though he was a tool. Yeah, he did mention way back when about this for sure. And again, a lot of us were drinking the Kool-Aid because Forex kept saying he was going to develop, but it just kept getting delayed. Kelly Snook provided the best strategy in Drip from day one. I would have had a max wallet by March 2024, but no need to push that now. Yes, the first 2 FUD, yep. Could be market manipulation, like I said a while back. I don't know if this is market manipulation. I just think this is people that got in early and they're just taking out what they can. Multiple max wallets, hydrate claim strategy was the best for the past 2 years plus. Yeah, I think the multiple max wallets is actually, like I said, detrimental. But I drank the Kool-Aid as well. There was already enough leverage on drip. We did not need a multiple max wallet strategy. It was great for people to try to build more wealth, but essentially greed is what killed drip. Or if you don't want to call it killed, greed is what took drip from 180 down to 2 cents. Let's just call it that. That's the facts, because you don't want to say killed, right? People get in their feelings. But people, multiple max wallets, when one person is taking out millions and other people, you know, taking out way more than they put in, they can't pay that bill. So it was already an inflated asset by design, and we didn't need the extra max wallet ideas. But that strategy definitely made people look at it different and were like, hey, shit, yeah, why not? And of course, I did the exact same thing. But in hindsight, I even talked to a DeFi guide. Yeah, that was the worst thing that people could have done, because all it did is expedite this that we're seeing now. What happens to people that quit their jobs because of drip? Do they get another job now? Yeah, you got to get another job. It should have been back working already. Drip is a low cap. Don't forget, you can buy whenever you want. Yep. So keep buying at 2 cents. Let's see more green candles from you, Amato. You ready for Bitfighter? Yes, Coach. Crypto Mended. I can't wait to play that. I'm definitely playing that on stream. That is 100% a game I've been waiting for, and a real utility in crypto, period. Heck no, not on crypto. Sorry, I'm working. I'm diversified. Crypto ain't ready for that. I was not at all. I hydrated progressively. I will become a 6-figure trader. That is my goal in life. Shouts out to you, boss lady. Crypto was supposed to help me along, but no luck with crypto. In France, a max wallet is good. I guess so. Yep. Good on you. I'm in Pulse 2. Motto, what does France have to do with a max wallet? A max wallet is $550, however many French coins you all got there. Yeah. Even here, I couldn't convince anybody. I wouldn't try to convince anybody to buy in here at $5. Oh shit, we're right on time. That is my stream. Didn't realize we would get there already. So gonna be capping it there. Thanks you guys for giving some engaging content. Yeah, Ben is done for now. I don't know if he's where he's going or what he's doing, but yeah, I'll definitely continue to support Drip making content. I've seen a couple of people telling me, you know, go support something else. Don't do this. Drip is dead. But I'm going to be here as long as you guys are here and there's engagement, there's questions, and there's enough energy in the space to make a difference. Then I'm going to be here, and I'm showing you guys that there is energy and there is capital, because you can see it being spent elsewhere. So to me, it's not a matter of if, but when Drip can get fixed. So if it's not going to be with the collective community, then yeah, I'll have to see what I can do on my own. So stay tuned for some ideas on that. And that's all I got. So see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.